Hello there, it's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We got another great interview coming up for you shortly. But before we begin, don't forget about the subscribe button and the bell. Below you there, just click them both and you'll always get the latest interviews whenever available. And feel free to leave a comment on the comment section if you like. We'd love to hear from you there. And if you'd like to check us out on Facebook, you can. It's facebook.com/Paul Mash TV. And you can follow us, send us an inbox, even comment and everything there. And we're also on email, so email us at paulmashtv, all one word, at gmail.com. And if you're a band or a solo artist watching this and you'd like to be on the show, send us an email and we'll show you how to do that. But we also like fan mail as well, so just write us a fan letter, we'll get back to you. And all this will be recapped at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. From Raleigh, North Carolina today, we have Pam Ross, very awesome artist, I think we're going to agree. And we're going to get to that in a second, but first here's a quick word from Galtar, the guitar made specifically for a woman. So don't go away, we'll be right back right after this.
Ready in 5.
Darling, when nothing else seems to match up. Galtar, the musical apparel that fits any outfit. Galtar, bringing heaven to earth, one gal at a time. GaltarHeaven.com.
Okay, we're back again with us from Raleigh, North Carolina. We have Pam Ross with us today. Thanks for joining us, Pam.
Thank you.
We're glad to have you here today. Well, why don't you tell us your story about how you got started in the music business? Because, everyone has their own walk of life. Maybe you always wanted to be an artist. Maybe it came much later, so forth. I mean, tell us in your own words, though.
No, I always wanted to be in music. It's just something I always wanted to do ever since I can remember. It was the first thing that I was drawn to. Started writing songs when I was young and just developed over the years. And back in Houston, where I'm from, is where I got my start. And I played all around Houston, and I moved to Nashville, and I lived there for a while. And eventually went back home and went to college and got a couple degrees. And then we moved here to Raleigh, and I started playing music again. So just been going really well ever since then, and been playing all around. I have my record out, which releasing one song every 2 months. My next song comes out this Friday, Cornflakes and Beer. And it's just been going really well. I've won a lot of awards for my first music video, Fire in the Hole. And I'm up for several awards in the Indie Country Music Awards in Indianapolis later this month. Songwriter of the Year, Female Vocalist of the Year, Musician of the Year, a couple others, which is, really great honor. Even if you don't win, it's always, just really cool to be nominated for these kind of things. So really excited about that. And I'm going to Nashville next weekend, and I'll be playing up there. So things are going really well.
Okay, well, that's great. I'm glad you're getting all that success. Hopefully you have many years ahead of you, Pam. Why don't you tell everybody about the influences you had growing up that helped influence you to be the artist you are today?
A lot of influences. It's all over the board. My mom was into real classic country. So like my very first memories of music are things like Dolly Parton, Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, stuff like that. But I have 3 siblings, and they're all quite a bit older than I am. They're like all bunched together, and there's this huge gap, and then there's me. And they were all into rock. So when I was wee little, they were, much older and into rock. So I'm listening to stuff at the same time, like, Springsteen and Blue Oyster Cult and Led Zeppelin and Eric Clapton, and I'm listening to all of that, Elton John. So I really had this dual influence of classic country and rock. And then, of course, when I got older, grunge came along, and I really loved grunge music, and big fan of Foo Fighters and Soundgarden, and so everything just kind of comes together. So when you listen to my music, particularly the album, you'll hear one song that leans country. You'll hear another one that's Americana rock, and then you have another one that's like everything's just mashed up and together, and you're like, what genre do you call this? What's this? So you never know what you're going to get, because I've just got all these influences, and I listen to a wide variety of music.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of great bands there that you mentioned that I personally like. Even in the countryside. Um, so I can definitely tell that in your sound too. Um, where can we find your music at? I mean, is it on all streaming platforms? Also, tell everybody where you're on
Oh yeah,
social media so they can follow you there.
you can find it anywhere. Go on to Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere. Pam Ross. Just put in my name, and I will pop up. I also have a website, pamrossmusic.com. You can go there, and you can buy my music, watch my videos, find out where I'm playing, all kinds of stuff.
Hmm. Okay, well, everybody out there, get Pam Ross's music on all those streaming platforms, and I guess you're on social media as well, right? Like
I
Facebook.
am Pam Ross Music on Facebook and Instagram. I keep it simple. All you need to know is Pam Ross Music, and boom. I'm on Facebook, and I am on Instagram. I'm not on Twitter or X, and I am on TikTok, but I never go there. I've got enough to do with Facebook and Instagram. That's enough. But yeah, Pam Ross Music, and you can find me anywhere.
Okay. Well, go on to your favorite social media platforms, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, so forth, and follow her on there. And I know she will love you for that as well. And we're getting ready to watch this song. It's called No One Around, I guess. Is it, I guess it's self-explanatory, but tell us in your own words a little story about this song.
Yeah, that's my second music video. It's my favorite song off the record. Um, did really well, and it was filmed locally around here. And Evelyn Putnam was, and oh God, I'm Rob Underhill. Almost forgot. Rob were the producers of it, and they were really great to work with. They also did my video for Fire in the Hole, and yeah, this video is done really well on YouTube. And like I said, it's one of my most popular songs.
Okay, well, it is a great song and a great video too, and we're going to be watching that in just a moment. But Pam, I want to thank you so much for coming on today. Come back anytime you want to plug something new. Maybe we'll have you back on sometime.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, and here it is, No One's Around by Pam Ross, and it begins right now.
Still see your face through the trees. I remember
still hear the backwoods calling. I still see